This is an AV Network Tech Talk, talking with Michelle Ritz from Jabra. Welcome, ma'am.
Hi, Jim. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. We're doing this both video and audio. If you're listening to the audio version, you're going to get a treat. The video portion, though, will help you figure this part out. We're talking with Michelle today about the new Evolve 275 from Jabra. It is a headset. It's a microphone. It's all kind of things in one. We're going to talk about a little bit about how you guys are using this to connect with UC platforms and soft codec platforms. But first, we noticed the fact that it's called the Evolve 275, right? So what are some of the biggest advances between the original Evolve 75 and this new version?
Great question, Tim. Great way to start off. So we call the Evolve 2 the new standard because we really believe we're raising the bar in almost every parameter that combats the pains that office workers experience. Those are tied to like concentration, collaboration, flexibility, and even more so now with hybrid working and having to work from many locations. And the Evolve 275 is really no exception, and it's truly our new flexibility hero. Tim, some of the biggest advancements for the 275, it's our first Evolve headset to include adjustable active noise cancellation. ANC, it offers 25% better noise cancellation than the Evolve 75. We've made a new and improved busy light, so we've increased the visibility to 360 degrees, so it's even more visible to allow for people to see it from more angles to really ensure you're not getting interruptions. And the Evolve 275 offers premium open office microphones with a 33% shorter boom arm. We've also improved durability and comfort. We use metal in the headband and the hinges, as well as Jabra's new dual foam technology in the ear cups, which I'll speak to a little later.
Yeah, we're going to get to that because that was one of the things when I was looking through the specs. I'm like, okay, and you understand how manufacturers will come in and go, this is a really cool thing, and I'm like, okay, it's foam, right? But no, we'll get to why it really is kind of cool in a second.
Absolutely.
You mentioned the fact that you guys are kind of really honing in on this hybrid, this work from home and work from office category here. Talk for a second about how the Evolve 275 helps those folks that are going to be actively going back to the office and then coming back home, right? These are the folks that are you're in a space, you're in a working environment, you're in a collaboration space 2 or 3 days out of the week, but you're also at home working in some sort of not exactly ideal optimal location in your home. How does that help? How does this new line help those folks?
Yeah, I'll speak to some of those features. And actually, just to add to that, Tim, from what our research is seeing, we are also seeing that employees are going to be working possibly from a third location. Jabra has done an insights study on the return to office plan, and we are seeing that hybrid is going to be office, home, but even from a third location, a busy airport or if I'm in a cafe. So we've really designed the Evolve 275 to help with a lot of those problems. So we are a very insights driven company by combining the customer's feedback and looking at the biggest remote working challenges. Our research has shown that we wanted to focus on something that would create the best hybrid working headset. And that's really tied to comfort, concentration, collaboration, flexibility. Those are the main challenges we know employees face within the organization. So we've really packed Evolve 275 with features that push sound quality, comfort even further. We want to maximize flexibility and increase concentration, either if you're on a call or if you're listening to music. So if you look at it from a sound quality perspective, we know it's crucial because hybrid working environments can be noisy. So we have strategically placed 8 microphones, and we use our advanced beamforming technology. So even if the kids are at home or the subway's crowded or the office is a little busy, with our world-leading call technology, you can ensure that you're heard and not your surroundings. The Evolve 275 meets the Microsoft Open Office requirements, so it's really the ideal choice for busy open office workplace spaces. And we also have that superior comfort. So we really understand that if you're trying to concentrate and be productive all day, if your headset's weighing you down, it's not going to help. So we've really designed the Evolve 275 headset based on hundreds of heads and thousands of ear scans to create that perfect fit and also engineer superior ergonomic fit for the ear cups. So it's really helping across those platforms.
So you said something in there for a second, and I want to step back for a second and get a little geeky and explain to people why this matters. You said something in there about the 8 microphones. You do not have 8 microphones pointing at your mouth, though. right? Explain to so folks why those 8 microphones are important and kind of what they do.
Absolutely. And I actually talk about some of the chipsets too, which tie into some of the technology within the microphones. There's actually 4 of the 8 that are used in the beamforming technology. And really, what that explains, or kind of how to explain that simply, is it really focuses on the sound of your voice. So the beam forming, what that does is it's a technology that is a single process, and it uses spatial information for audio signals, and it really separates your voice from other noise sounds.
Yeah, and that right there is, and we'll get to here in a second. That right there is gives you the ability to kind of be anywhere, like Michelle said. Her and I had a call last week. I was in London. She was where she is now, and it wasn't an ideal spot for me, right? And I had that, it would have been a lot better experience for her on her end. We've talked about the adjustable ANC for a minute here, and the active noise cancellation.
Mhm.
Why is that important to the Evolve 275?
It's really important because it allows you to block out as much or as little of your environment as you want. And what's really great about the Evolve 275 is it's adjustable. So it's not that typical on or off setting. It really allows you to pick how much of a level that you want to block out or let in. And on the other flip side of that, Tim, that hear through button, when we talk about the flexibility, I can turn the hear through on and interact with somebody while I'm still wearing the headphones. So if that means that I want to order a coffee or just interact with somebody while I'm still wearing them, it allows me to do that. So it really offers that flexibility.
Well, you say adjustable, and I want to get folks here, understanding this. It's something where you, as the user, can basically go into the app and adjust using the app on your phone or whatever application you're using, your computer, whatever, and kind of take that slider and slide it up and down depending on what your comfort level is for the environment. Is that right?
That's exactly it, Tim. It's the Sound Plus app on your mobile phone, and it offers 5 levels of ANC.
All right,
So you
perfect.
can select from those 5 levels of how much of the noise you want to block out or let in.
All right. When you look at we talked a little bit about the UC platforms and the soft codecs, and number of folks have written about this, and it's people smarter than me on this. There's over 250 active software-based codecs out there. Meaning that these are things that you can use on your phone, on your computer, whatever, to talk to each other, through video and audio. When you look at some of these platforms, and the big ones obviously are Zoom and Teams and others, why does it matter to Jabra having something like the Evolve 275 certified with Teams, certified with Zoom? Why does that matter?
Well, Tim, we know from just our research and everyday usage of what happened with the pandemic that use of UC platforms has spiked. That's how people have been connected and have stayed connected through the pandemic, and that's only going to continue as people return to office and you're working with people who are still remote and not necessarily face to face.
Yeah.
So if providing organizations and workers with optimized and trusted devices that work seamlessly with the UC platforms, it just provides key for productivity, audio quality, and having fewer IT issues. So Jabra has really tested the entire Evolve 2 lineup and the Evolve 275 with that long list of platforms, just to ensure the optimized usage. We offer Teams certified variants. So for example, if you're using Microsoft Teams and the variant, you can push a button and bring the Teams to your forefront of your computer. You could also answer calls, get notifications if you missed a call or have a voicemail. So just having those seamless integrations makes for a better user experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And the ability to have fewer IT calls, I guess is the best way to put that, is 100% a benefit.
Your IT director will definitely thank you for not having all those tickets and support questions.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. One thing I want to get into, when folks think about headsets, typically, they do not think about chipsets. They don't think about processing power. Talk for a second about the Evolve 275 and what you guys were able to do with these 3 advanced chipsets, and how they are a strategic advantage over other competing headphones.
Yeah, sure. So as you mentioned, Tim, the Evolve 275, it's powered by our advanced ecosystem of three powerful digital chipsets, and they work together to really make that Evolve 275 faster, more powerful, and more intelligent than ever before. So if we look at it, it has the dedicated chipset for ANC, and that's where that adjustable active noise cancellation that we spoke about earlier comes in. And we've also updated the version of the base chipset, which is really used for Bluetooth. And that provides improvements for connectivity to your laptop and devices. And then the chipset also allows for our new cutting edge algorithms. So those are designed by Jabra, which use the four microphones and they process that sound that we spoke about, that beam forming technology.
Yeah.
And so that's where that additional chipset comes in. And this is the first time that we've used the latest generation of all chipsets.
All right. Is this something that the chipset itself, that idea of taking the processing power and not to get too far into futuristic here, but you guys are taking this idea of what used to be called edge computing, right? And you're taking that into a device, your Evolve 2 75 headsets. Do you see that evolving even more? Not, and I really didn't even mean that pun, but evolving even more and using more and more processing power locally in devices?
Oh, absolutely, because then you're not actually using the processing power of other devices. So having it within the device itself really helps to consolidate it and just provide more technologies within the headset.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we said we were going to talk about the foam. It was one of those things where, as a technologist, as somebody who, first of all, I have a problem with headsets. I'm just going to put it out there, meaning that I have a lot of them and I don't give them up unless my children steal them. But I do love headset. I really do. And when I came across this description of dual foam technology, I kind of got geeked out for a second and went into your website a little bit further. Talk for a second about what it is and what makes it special for the Evolve 2 75.
Sure. So we spoke a few minutes ago about the importance of comfort. You're wearing your headset all day long. We know that people are wearing them longer and for longer periods of their day. So Jabra has studied heads and ears to basically design the best headset for all day use. And while we were researching like the weights, textures, densities, we found out that if you combine hard memory foam for the ear cushion exterior with a soft foam inside, it's actually a dual purpose. Not only do you drastically improve the active noise cancellation performance, but it also maximizes comfort without compromising on sound. And to give you a little bit more of detail on that, so the exterior foam is a harder white foam, and that's optimized for blocking out low to mid-range frequencies.
Hmm.
And we also understand that the outer ear is better able to withstand that type of material, while the softer foam on the inside is optimized for blocking higher sound frequencies. And we know that the inside of the ear is a little bit more sensitive, so that alleviates any pressure on the ear canal. So that's where that dual foam comes in to really provide more comfort, but also even in blocking out passive noise that you would hear once you put the headphones on.
And see that right there, that is the part that kind of got me, was the fact that this is not just about comfort. It is, right? So don't misunderstand. But it's also you're actually using the material to filter out almost like soundproofing or sound absorption as well.
Correct. And I noticed it as soon as I put it in. You really get, that passive noise cancellation really is a difference, from taking them on and off. It takes a second to get used to when you put them on, but it really does block out the noise just in general, putting them on with the cushions.
Yeah, absolutely. Michelle, magical question here for the Evolve 275. When can people start getting them? When can they start ordering them, and how do they do that?
Tim, they're already available for order. So for more information about the newest headsets or our Evolve 2 lineup in general, you can get more details at jabra.com or reach out to your local partner or reseller.
All right, thank you so much, Michelle. For AV Network, you can go to avnetwork.com. That's avnetwork.com, and find more tech talks just like this one, all that and more at avnetwork.com. That's avnetwork.com.